Hello people of the internet. Yay! I have a haul. Oops, I said there would be no more hauls. Clearly I'm a big fat fibber. Anyway, let's start with the first part of the haul, which is stuff that I got in the shops. So, right, hold on. So, early in July on we take my mum shopping, by the way. On Saturdays we take her food shopping, and this must have been the Saturday either straight after our colouring weekend, which I shared some pictures on Instagram of when my mum and my brother came round and we did some watercolouring, and she said she wanted to go and have a look in the range, which was a bad mistake. And I was like, no, not the range, not the range, the works. So she wanted to go to the works. The works, and in where she lives, there's she lives in quite a big town, and there's a big works that has loads of stuff. So I said, yeah, okay, we'll pop along to the works, and I was quite looking forward to it because I like going in there anyway, and we haven't got one near us. Ouch. Okay, start that again. So we took my mum. I've had to shut the curtains because it's like the 7th layer of hell out there hot wise, and if I open this curtain, it's just, I get blinded, you get blinded, you can't see anything. So I'm sitting here. Ouch, why do I keep doing that? I'm so not used to sitting at this desk. Right, concentrate. So we took my mum shopping. She wanted to go to the works, and I was quite looking forward to it because I hadn't been to the works for ages, and I was on a shopping ban, so I wasn't really allowed to buy anything. Yeah, that didn't go so well. So this was the first colouring book I bought, which was £3. By the way, I point at that and say £3 and it says £5 there. I have my receipt here, otherwise I'm going to look like a crazy woman when I say the prices. Yes, it was £3 because I don't know if the works is closing down near my mum's, but they had a massive sale on, and there was loads of things for half price, like loads of the craft stuff and the craft kits were half price. The books were, I think all the books were £3 or less, and then there was 20% off everything. So I don't know whether it was like final, whether they're just getting rid of all the stock or whatever and gonna reopen with new stock, but it was like either half price, £3 or less on the books, and then when you got to till, 20% off everything. So this, even though it says £5, was £3 with 20% off. So it was £2. You can work it out. £3, 60 pence, £2.40. So this was £2.40. The reason why I got it is it's got pages like this in it. It is double-sided, but that's fine because I'm going to use neon gel markers in it. And I think it's Penny from Pebbles Colouring that's got a book like this. I don't think it's this book, which has got, I mean, look at that though, that's a little bit intense, that one. But it has got the black pages in it, and she does it, it's like an outline. I don't think it is this book. I think it's an outline one that she does, and it looks really nice. I mean, it goes on to have some other bits in it that are not quite so. Look at that though. They're both gorgeous. But for, yeah, I looked, I'll give it a flick through in the shop, and that's the good thing about being able to go and see things in the shop. You can have a flick through, and it was like most of the pages I definitely wanted to have a go on. So for £2.60 I got that. The next ones were, there was actually was it 3 in a bundle? These 3, there was these 2 and another one. Oh, I can't remember what the other one was. Let me try and see if I can remember. I just looked it up on the Works website, and it was World Cultures. So there was this, and the World Cultures book, and they were together like in a bundle. And each one of these were £3 each, so £9. But the bundle was £6, so £2 each. And so we had to flick through the books like the individual ones. I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind this one. This one looks quite good. And I didn't mind this one. And my brother wanted the other one. So we ended up buying the pack and splitting it. And I think there's more. Oh, I could have just opened that, look. World Cultures was the one that he fancied. It had like Zen doodly animals and stuff in it. There's another one called Nature. They didn't have that one. And Geometric. I didn't have that one. But these three were all together. They're by Dale Rowney, which I thought probably makes them, you know, fairly decent. I just liked, you know, this one's the Utopia one, and it's got some just like weird scenes like that, almost like that Bizarro kind of thing. I mean, that's sort of like a man in a spaceship with a load of daisies around him, and that's a weird laboratory. Yeah, looking like a, I don't know, interesting. Fancy doing it. In worst case scenario, my brother will have it. And then this other one, this was called Kaleidoscope, and this is the one I really liked because this is patterns. You can see the gel pens flowing here. I loved it. Why are you so close today? Oh, because you're usually a bit further up. That's why. There you go. Yeah. Little mini mandalas. I can imagine sort of like dipping into these. But for £2. Oh, and of course, when we got to the till, the £6 had 20% off, which is £1.20 off. So that means it's £4.80 for 3 colouring books. I can't work that out, but relatively cheap, so it's worth picking them up. The next one I bought was this, which is the these are by Arcturus, and I have already birds and butterflies, landscapes, flowers, and what does that one say? Mindfulness. And I didn't have this one. It was £3 again. Let me just check. I don't want to lie to you. Of course it was £3. They were all £3. Why do you keep saying you're going to check? They were all £3. So this was £3 with 20% off, so it was £2.40. And it's got some really nice pictures in it. And I do have the rest of these, and they are colour by numbers. They're a little bit more advanced colour by numbers, which I look at that, nice mermaid. A little bit more advanced, but oh, that's nice. Fireworks over a bridge, flowers. Yeah, so bought that one, £2.40. This one, ignore the price that says $9.99 down to £4. This was £3. It's not. I don't really like these types that are like mandalas. So this elephant, as cute as it is, I don't like these ones, but there were some pictures in here that I did like, and I just thought, and the paper's really nice as well. Like I would quite like to do that one, the parrot, the houses, the flowers. I'm not a fan of double-sided ones, but yeah, I was with my mum, and we were all feeding each other's addictions. I mean, look at that one. That's really cute with the house. So for £2.40, I got it. Then these three were they were £2, 20% off, £1.60. These are actually, I've bought these for Christmas stocking presents. I think the Princesses is for my mum's, the Disney and the Pixar are for my brother. They're really thin little cheap children's colouring books. But look, Disney, Princesses. And my mum will enjoy this. I mean, these are great for kids. For that money. You know, Christmas stocking presents. The original Disney stuff. Look, Pinocchio. I kind of wished I'd have got one for myself, but I also know that I won't. I like using alcohol markers too much and gel pens. My mum really likes twistable crayons. Twistable crayons. And then Pixar, yes, the Emotions team. Yeah, so they were £1, whatever it works out, and I'll pick them up for Christmas presents. This next one was £3. Ignore the sticker. Now, this is a magic colouring book. I don't know if people remember these. Remember the magical colouring books that we had as children? And I've still got my one, or one of one. Here. When my mum and brother came round for the art club of painting weekend, we were talking about magic painting books from when we were children. And magic painting books are the ones that have got colour impregnated in the pages, so you just go over them with a wet paintbrush and the colour comes out. And my mum used to buy them when we was kids for us, and we used to sit there with just a pot of water and a paintbrush and we would paint. And we was talking about them, and my mum said, oh, she said, I'd love to do one of them. Do they still make them? And I said, yeah, they do, because I've got one upstairs. And this was on, if you've watched my decluttery, it wasn't a declutter, it was when I was sorting out the room recently again. This was on the top shelf, sort of away from my colouring books, because I'd kind of put it with me arty stuff and sort of forgot of it about being a colouring book. So we got it out and my mum had a play with it and she was like, oh, it's really good. So when we went to the works, they had this one. Where is that light coming from? There is no light in here. Literally, it's coming through the curtains. There's nothing I can do about it. Anyway, so I saw this one, Magical Creatures, £3 in the works, and I thought, it's the kind, look at that phoenix. Doesn't it look fun? Mine a unicorn. Actually, is that a unicorn? It's a winged horse rather than a unicorn. It hasn't got a horn. Under the sea, they're unicorns because they've got horns. An owl. I mean, I know it's, my mum will just get a little pot of water and sit and enjoy doing this. So I've bought this to go with her birthday present-y things that I've got her. The next one I got was, yes, the brand new Lulu Mayo A Million Cute Animals. Still $6.99 on Amazon. £3 at the works, and we got it with 20% off. So it was £2. I've already worked that out once. £2.40. So you've seen people have flipped through this already, but they also had the other one. The, is it llamas, the new one? But I didn't fancy llamas. I fancied this one because it's all different animals. Yeah, £2.40. A Million Cute Animals. Brilliant bargain. And then the last thing I bought from the works that day was this pack of, oh look, there's me in my vest with my hair down. Hi. And there's my camera, and that's, oh, maybe that's where the light's coming from, not above the curtains. There's the curtains. Anyway, let me put that down so you don't get to look at me. Perhaps I should just take it out the polythene. But anyway, it is, let's hold it there, look, watercolour, a watercolour pad, because one of the things that I want to do is I want to print, scan in some pictures that look like they're good for using with watercolour, and then print them on watercolour paper, so that because my mum really enjoyed the watercolour experience, and so I want to sort of be able to print some pictures that she would like doing and use that. So that's what I got that for. So that is what I got from the works when we went shopping with my mum on the 3rd of July. Not all for me though. I was a good girl. It wasn't all for me. So let me just move that. I'm just going to count how many colouring books. 1, 2, that's not for me, that's all I already had, that's my phone. They're not for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 colouring books. 6 more colouring books going on that shelf. Remember the shelf that I cleared? The one that I said I didn't need that many shelves? Yeah, that shelf. Okay, so the next part of my haul is due to the fact, because bear in mind I wasn't buying anything. On the 9th of July, I had my appraisal at work, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I made a post that said that I'd got a pay rise and new job title, all these wonderful things. And my husband said, oh, you know, well done, I'll take you to the range as a treat. And so he did. Now, I actually had said to him that there isn't much that I want, because you know, I think I have everything that I need now. He said, I'm sure you'll find something. And it was the day before the Euro football thing, and basically everything was geared up for the football. But we went there really early, and the first thing I got was these. Yes, they're still in their annoying polythene bag, but basically they're another pack of these, which I think I told you about, that I tried to get another pack of these when I went to the range when we was on holiday, because these are just so good for clipping to a open colouring book, or a big colouring book open. They come in 3s, and they was only 79 pence. They were supposed to be 99p, but they was reduced to 79p, and there was just one pack left. So I got them. The next thing, and I specifically looked, well, I didn't specifically look for these. I specifically looked for the other ones that I'd got when I went to the range in Ramsgate, which were these ones. So these are by Deco Time. They say embossed sketch colouring book on them. They are, it says suitable for watercolour paints, and they're the ones that we used when my mum came round, and they're lovely. And they were £1.99, and a couple of people have contacted me and said, oh, they're not available online, and they're not, and they couldn't find them in the range. So I said to my husband, well, I wouldn't mind looking to see whether there's some more of those, because, you know, if there is, I can sort of like offer to send them to people. Well, there wasn't any of these at all. So basically the big Ramsgate, the range, is the only place I've seen these. I mean, they're probably available everywhere else, and they did have loads in there as well. So if you fancy one of them, Ramsgate is where you want to go. But they did have these, and they basically had 2 of this one and 1 of this one. They were £1.99, but they were reduced to 99p. Now this one, was it 75p? Might have been 75p. I haven't got the receipt. This one, someone had tested a pen in it, but for 75, I mean, they're not as nice as the other ones, but they are still really thick paper, and they would, I mean, they're also darker images, but it does say on the back, oh, that was the other thing. There's an extra page in this one, and I thought that's sort of like karma for someone doing that in my book. One of the pages is duplicated. Like, there shouldn't be. There's there it is. Got that page twice, and all these pictures are just in here once. So it was like, oh, see, it's karma. I get an extra page because someone's ruined that one. Yeah, it says on the back. Did it say on the back? No, it said somewhere. Oh, there's a picture. That was it, with a picture of a paintbrush. So. And it's nice and thick, and that person's got a paintbrush there. So I bought that one for 75p, and then I bought 2 of these because it was all they had left. So they vary in what's in them. So there's a big ice cream on that page, and then the Blackpool Tower on. Okay, I know it's not the Blackpool Tower, the Eiffel Tower on that one. So it's. But I think when there's another one, it must be very French. This one. When you're playing with watercolours, like my mum likes doing ones that are easy. I would love to do that one. That one looks like fun. So it's a nice mix, and for 75p I got everything they had left. So that was that. I also bought this at the same time, and this is by Deco Time, so the people who made them other watercolouring books that I've got. It is, as you can see, mandalas, and it's a black edition. I like all of those things, which means some of the pages are black, but it does say it's got glitter on it. Now, I have already bought one of their glitter books before, and I didn't know what to colour it with, because if you go over it with alcohol markers, you effectively just, the glitter is no longer glittery. It dulls down to, oh, this glitter's already painted. I've just noticed that on the camera. I thought, why is it coming up blue? But the reason why it's coming up, oh no, there's both. There's crystal sort of glitter there. You're never going to be able to see this because there's no light in this room. But these bits here are crystal glitter. Hang on, there. And then these bits here are like a bluey green glitter. But I thought if I used, I don't know, paint. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful. This was £1.99, and I thought for £1.99 I'm going to just have another go at doing the glitter. Plus I wasn't buying it, my husband was treating me. I hadn't spent much at this point. I'd only spent about £3. Well, hang on, yeah, £1.99 plus 3 times 75p plus 79p for the clips. So the next thing my husband bought me as my well done on your pay rise treat was this. Now this is the only thing, the only watercolour pad that they had left. Now they had got this when I bought the book, the big book that I bought in Deal. buy this Little Red Boots watercolour pad. They had this as well, but it was, you know, it's card making, and I was thinking, at the time I thought, oh, I won't get it. But because we enjoyed the watercolour session so much, and what I'm going to do is split this into two and give half to my mum, half to me, and so she can use some to do cards as well. It's $3.99, so it wasn't, you know, megally expensive, and it'll be fun to do. And she can use them because she does send out a lot of, she's the old school kind of person that when anyone wants a thank you note or a I'm just getting ready to have a biscuit, look, before the next bit, she always sends a card out, a thank you or this, that and the other, so she'll enjoy those. Not dipping it, not dipping it. Did really dip it. Going in again. See how much this rich tea can take. Next thing I got was these, and these, I got these for a similar reason as to why I got the watercolour paper from the range works, and that's because I wanted to find, I was looking for pastel paper, which is so that I can print some of my pictures onto pastel paper and then use my pastel pencils that I've got. And the pastel paper they had was really expensive, but when I felt the paper, so if you sort of like felt the thickness and the texture of the paper, it was very similar to this paper, which is the medium grain drawing paper, and this was $4.99. So I got this to print out pictures on so that I can do them with different medium. And then this paper, oh, it's the smooth grain drawing paper, and this paper is just, this is Joanna Bashford book paper. It's just feels exactly the same, smooth, really nice and thick. And there are some times when I'm doing pictures and you just wish you had that better quality paper. So for $4.99 I also got this. And that pretty much was all I was going to get, because my husband was like, is there anything else you want? And I was like, no, not really, you know, it was just whatever. And then, so he said, we was walking around again, and I saw, hang on, saw these. These are, is it Sakura? No, Uniball Signos, the silver, gold and bronze. And I used to love Uniballs. They were my preferred pen of choice, and I still use the white and the broad white and the broad black in art journaling. And these were reduced to 50p each, so I bought a gold, silver and a black metallic for 50p each. I bought, you know what I mean, to try these out. And while I was looking at these, I saw these caught my eye, the Spectrum Noir, very French, metallic pens. And I had never seen these, and I don't really know what they are. They are twin tip markers. I'm assuming they're water based. Twin tip being, let's get one out. Upside down. Twin tip. Oh, they're really wedged in there. Twin tip being a fine tip, very similar to, these are very similar to size to them skinny alcohol markers actually. And then on this side, a brush tip. Ooh, brush tip. And these were $6.99 a pack. And my husband, they had 3 different packs. They had this pack, which is the antique elements. They had this pack, which is the rare minerals. And then they had this pack, which is the precious metals. And so I was looking at them, and my husband said, just get them. And I said, no, wait a minute, I want to look online, I want to see how much they cost online. I don't just want to sort of, and he said, just get them. I think he just went to go home. We hadn't been in there that long, but they kept playing that song on loop, you know, the It's Coming Home, it's on loop. And I think even he was getting sick of it. And I said, let me just look them up online. And I looked them up online on Amazon, and they were $11.99 or $10.99 depending on the pack on Amazon. And then I looked them up on Spectrum Noir's website themselves, and they were Same, $11.99. So $6.99 each for these was pretty good. So I said, oh, it's a pretty good price. And he said, I told you just to get them. So I went, all right. And I did. So basically, that is all my stuff that I got from the works and the range at the beginning of the month. Now that is not the end of the stuff that I have bought in July. So considering that I'm on a no-buy, let's just pretend I ever said about that no-buy, by the way. Let's just pretend I ever said I was on a no-buy, because I clearly have breached my own no-buy. So yeah, that is not all I bought. So keep watching.